is Zuki and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do something really different, something that I've never done before. So it would be a makeup tutorial for Halloween. It's gonna be like a half skeleton mask, and so I hope you guys like it. You know, something different, really affordable makeup. I'll be in Target and Ulta. But yeah, so if you have any questions or any other tutorials that you would like me to do, let me know down below. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, okay? So alright, let's get to it. Thanks a lot, Ryden. Zuki out. Alright, so we're gonna start off with a clean face. Make sure there's no oils or else the makeup won't stick on. Alright, so we're gonna get our brushes all together, and then we're gonna start off by using this palette called Fantasy Makers by Wet n Wild. It's a black, white, and pink and purple palette. And we're also going to be using this cream makeup by, let's see, who is it? Rubies. For the Fantasy Makers palette, we're gonna be using for the white skull, the white on there, and we're gonna also be using the white and black for the cream makeup by Rubies. Make sure you guys have a reference so you can see what you're drawing on your face and see. So we're gonna start drawing the white skull around our face. So we're just gonna continue doing that lightly through the face. Just make sure you just do the outlines. Once you have most of the outline done, just start coloring the skull in. I prefer using the Fantasy Makers cream than the Rubies cream makeup. For some reason, the Rubies cream makeup is watery, and the Fantasy makeup by Wet n Wild is a little bit opaque. I just like to skip around on the face. I was starting with the chin, now I'm just jumping to the teeth. I think just to do placement where the teeth are gonna go. I think that's very important. So you're just gonna color the teeth, make them in different shapes because your teeth aren't perfect. Done with the teeth, not really done with it, but at least putting the shapes where they're supposed to be. You just step back and see if anything is in proportion, and then you're just going to start shading further into the skull, a light, darkest to lightest, so it's going to fade in where your cupid's bow is, and that's where you're going to add the pink. Alright, so now we're gonna be using this Primalcolors by NYX. It's a pretty pigmented eyeshadow that I'm gonna be using to color in the nose and doing all my pink opaque colors to the face. So let's continue with the nose, and then also we're gonna be doing that all around the mouth and in between the teeth as well. That's later on. So let's just start shading and just putting in the that pink powder everywhere. I'm gonna go back to the Fantasy Makers Wet n Wild palette and get that pink and start putting it on top of where you put that pink powder by NYX. And then you're gonna put the powder on top of it again so that the paint will absorb the powder. And then we're gonna go back to the white, and we're just gonna, once the first coat of the white skull is dry, we're just gonna add a little bit more to make it even whiter. And just a quick tip, just make sure you don't put foundation on the lower half of your face, or else it's gonna just to add a little bit of depth, we're gonna add stripes down below by the Cupid's bow, so it looks like it's continuing teeth, but it's not. Once you're just gonna add that, we're actually gonna blend it with a dry brush. Same thing with the teeth. Once the teeth are dry, you're gonna add another coat so it's whiter than before. Then we're just gonna add some detail to the teeth. We're gonna go in between the teeth and add some of that pink NYX Primalcolor. And we're also gonna add it to the bone just to give it some depth and shadows on that. So you're just gonna keep adding. You're gonna keep switching from brush to brush, from your white brush to your pink brush to your blending brush. And you're just gonna keep blending and blending and adding and adding and blending and blending. And I actually forgot to put this part, but I added the black line on top, and that's gonna be the black from Fantasy Makers by Wet n Wild. Just get a thin brush and just add that for the top. Next, just to make it even better and make it 3D, give it more depth, we're gonna actually use this Ulta. It's a 4-color. I'm gonna use the black eyeshadow on that just to add some black shadows into the skull. As you see here, I'm just carving it out where the pink is, going in between the teeth, going on the cheeks. We're just gonna add some depth into the teeth. So we're just gonna take that black eyeshadow from Ulta, and we're just gonna go in there and just add some depth. Don't go too dark either, because you don't want it black. Next, you're just gonna go by where that I added that black line, and you're just gonna also add some of that Ulta black shadow and just blend it up. This piece is just a lot of blending, so if you're a heavy hand, just make sure you do a light hand and just start blending around just to get that depth. We're gonna go back again to the teeth and make sure it's whiter than it's supposed to be, because I feel like once you're blending it and it's gonna be darker than what you had it before. So you're just gonna go back with your white Fantasy Makers by Wet n Wild, and you're just gonna add that white again until you're satisfied. Now once that's done and you feel like it's enough shading and blending is all good, you're gonna just go to your eyes and you're gonna use the same Ulta little palette there with the black eyeshadow, and you're just gonna put a lot of black around your eye. Before you start putting your makeup, just make sure you put your contacts on, because I feel like it's difficult with the makeup on. You might get dust particles into your contacts and then it'll hurt like a bitch. The next thing we're gonna do is outline your eyes, your bottom eyelids with, I used Urban Decay 24-hour black eyeliner. You can use whatever eyeliner you want. I feel like the Urban Decay is very pigmented, is very dark, and it's definitely waterproof in case your contacts give you a problem and you start crying. If you're done with that, and you think it's black enough, you're gonna add some of that NYX pink powder, eyeshadow powder, and you're gonna just add it just around that the black eye, to give it just so that the color moves around your face. Next, we're gonna start with the eyebrows, and that's I use the NYX powder, pigmented pink powder, and then I also use a NYX color mascara, and the color is the only pink color that it comes in, which is Pink Perfect CM08. And then first, what you're gonna do is you're gonna also use the Fantasy Makers. You're gonna use the paint and you're gonna add it to your eyebrows, and then after that you're gonna use the powder, just to powder make it even lighter pink than what it is before. And then after that you're gonna add the colored mascara in pink. Pink Perfect. And that would be it. And then you're all done. You can look at yourself in the mirror, make sure everything is good, and you're all set. Happy Halloween.